Well, you know that you can always get a laugh when it's Bondy's Blues. Yeah. What's up? Okay, so let me tell y'all something. A young lady is tired as I don't know what, okay? So we're just going to get into the video, and we're just going to get into the notes, and you're going to like this video, and you're going to enjoy this video. You're going to laugh, and you're going to giggle, and you forget about all your problems and worries, okay? Now that I've told you what's going to happen, we can get into it, right? Da-da-da. All right, so the fuck shit that happened in this episode. Oh my God. So the episode starts off with Nikki and the jalapeno pepper penis, Molly Mall, short dick himself, okay? Like, you can't tell me nothing different, all right? Has roses and dinner ready for his girl Nikki, who walks in looking like a hybrid Morticia Adams slash bitch, why Nicki Manono? I don't know. Like Nicki Minaj, like whatever Masika called that bitch. I was laughing all this fucking thing. I don't know, y'all. Like, I don't know. Like, Nikki drives me, like, insane. Like, I don't know what it is, but I don't like her. And I'm so very sorry, but I can't do nothing for you, man. I can't do nothing for you, man. I can't do nothing for you, man. Flavor Flav. Like, I'm just saying, like, the bitch is like a nerve. Anyway, so this motherfucker sits her down and has 2 boxes, okay? 2 boxes ready for her. And one of the boxes she opens has nothing in it. He said, that's because that's the way I felt when you left me. And you left me alone in the dark. And I was cold. And you weren't there. He gets all into it, like, real emotional, like, talking major shit. And then he tells her to open the other box and there's keys in it. He's like, that's because, you know, I want you in my world. I want you in my life, you know. And this is me trying to get you to know that I want to be with you. Because, you know, his voice ain't that deep. He actually kind of sound like a bitch. That's why he don't talk that much. He kind of talk kind of low. So you don't hit it as kind of baby voice coming out of this big, huge penis that you don't understand why it's human sized. Like, you don't get it. And you're confused and you're scared. And it's like an 80s horror movie, but with giggles. It's like, what's happening? And I'm like, where's Spawn? Somebody kill it. You know, where's Blade? Like, somebody kill that shit. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, but whatever. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to do, Nikki. Whatever you find attractive. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so they back on track, they back together, but that's not good enough for Nikki. She wants him to humiliate Masika by, you know, having them be together, and then she comes in and sits on her man's lap and lets her know that they're together, and she's just that hoe over there. And I'm like, but see, the thoughtism about it is that you fucking do it with no condom. That's the thoughtism really about it. Like, that's the real issue here. That's the come on nasty bitch thing that we all looking at. And see, that goes to show. That goes to show that no matter how much a woman gets plastic surgery to make her nose and her lips and her eyes and her cheekbones as perfect as she can get them, and get the best ass and tits and you know, suction going on that her money can buy, but she can still have a dirty pussy. Alright. Anyway, so Tiara Marie goes to the studio to have a talk with Cheeks McGeek's young bird, okay? He wants her to come in the studio and work with him. And I feel like the bitch assness is just swirling and swirling and swirling. And it's like, oh my God, am I in a fucking Wizard of Oz? Are we in Kansas? Dorothy, Toto, what the fuck are y'all? What's happening? Okay? Like, why would you call Tiara Marie now? Why would you call her now? Why not call her when Hazel and T were still cool and it wouldn't have been a big issue? You know, Hazel calling this bitch her arch enemy and shit, like somebody give a fuck about they, you know, lifetime story. Please, somebody get Hazel. Like, somebody get her. You try to feel sorry for a bitch, but then she just be so thirsty and so lost and just, you know, if you can't think for yourself, if you can't feel like, you know, pissed off enough to not let some young ass dude treat you like, you know, the Friday hoe. Like, if you can't do that for yourself, I mean, what can we as the public do for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, because we're not even right there right now. I just had to get into that right quick. She was saying how, Sierra Marie was saying how she and Young Berg used to be cool back in the day, but he got on the radio, he got on Hot 97 and talked some shit that he wasn't supposed to talk about, how she and Ray J were going together. And it's like, really, you got upset about that, Sierra Marie? Like, what did he say? Did he say you was one of the hoes he fucked with? Like, what exactly did you get upset about? Because I don't understand why we getting upset about y'all, you know, him putting it out there that y'all fuck with one another when it's impossible to keep shit on the low these days. And why would you even be mad about that? If y'all were really in a relationship, why are you mad when people find out about it? That's not a real relationship, bitch. Like, do you know that's a side chick thing? Like, I don't know if you know, but that's what that is. That's not we go together. That's, no, bitch, we ain't going steady. We just be fucking around. That's what that is. And that's the theme song. That should have been the theme song for this goddamn show. Because none of these niggas claim these girls. Like, the only ones that claim are Marion and Lil Fizz. And it's just, you know. And okay, of course, now we see Molly Mao wants to claim Nicki. But who wants this nigga? Like, oh my God. Like, he's just so, you know, yeah, it's nothing attractive about the situation at all. Like, I guess money is like a major coochie wetter. You know what I'm saying? But some things are a wind tunnel of dryness. You know what I'm saying? And Molly Mall fits into that box for me. Anyway, so Young Berg basically feels like, look, I don't give a fuck how Hazel gonna feel about it. I don't really fuck with her no more anyway. And you have talent, I believe in you, and I won't put that bullshit aside, you know what I'm saying? But I won't work with you. And Sierra Marie is like, look, I need a hit, I need that, so we gonna get in the studio, we gonna do that, and this is business. And I agree, business is business. Even though I feel like from his standpoint, he was doing it on some grimy shit. You can't tell me he wasn't doing that to make her mad, to have that get back to Hazel, hurt her feelings, and just, you know, dig the knife in a little deeper. He's an asshole. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a hard not life out here, okay? And Hazel is just fucking her own self up. Like, you make your own self look bad. Like, why is your ass out in every scene? Why is your ass out in every scene, bitch? Like, how old are you? Like, I mean, I don't understand the thirst of always having to be assed out. Like, what is that proving? Is that proving that you can keep a man or something? I don't know. I don't know what that makes you feel good about, because it makes me feel sad when I look at you, Hazel. But Young Berg wants you to get off his bumper and worry about your own shit. That's what he told you. Anyway, so Masika calls Hazel so they can talk about the men that don't really fuck with them no more. And Masika tells her about the fight and, you know, with Nicki, and how she felt some type of way that Tierra was just spectating and didn't really jump in a fight. And I was like, what was she supposed to do? It was a one-on-one fight and she didn't have nothing to do with that. Why did you expect her to jump in? Why did you expect her to pick a side? From her point of view, she don't know who fuck with who, and who cares? Both of you hoes being played, so if y'all want to sit up here and argue about it, who am I to stop you? That's how I would have felt. So I feel like there was no need for that to even be a part of the conversation. But hoes got to be mad about something, and they always want to point the finger at the female in the room instead of pointing the finger at the dude in the room. They never is mad at the dude that's fucking over them as they are about some like petty shit with a female. It baffles my mind. Anyway, so then Tierra Marie meets up with Nicki. What the fuck? When they got cool, when they became friends. Nicki is talking about Masika being a bum bitch, and Tierra tells Nicki about Morgan making fun of her, you know, pre-nose job face compared to her post-nose job face, and how she gonna check her when she goes to Ray J's video shoot to drop off the strippers. And we like, yeah, that's gonna be entertaining to watch. April and Amarion are talking to their midwife, and April, you know, starts going off about how she didn't appreciate how his ass didn't say shit when his mama basically said there and said that she would be an awful mother. And I was like, you know what? I would have felt exactly the same way, but I have to give Omarion credit. He watched Real Housewives of Atlanta last season and saw not to do this type of, storyline from watching Candy and Mama Joyce, okay? He may not say all that shit to his mama face all the time, but he's gonna say it in the confessionals, and he's gonna make sure that he voices exactly what the shit is to her on camera. Okay, he may get off camera and be like, look, mama, I gotta do what I gotta do. I'm sorry, I love you. You know what I'm saying? Here's $500. But at the same time, like, he's doing it the right way. He tells his mama, when she's being disrespectful, when she's being wrong. But I also feel like April is pregnant and her emotions are already heightened, and it's probably some bullshit for her to be the one that the mama mad at, and she ain't even do shit. And then it's on some dumb shit where you seem like you want to fuck your son. It's on some dumb shit, like, for real, and you need to get your life. All excuses in the world about what you did for that child ain't gonna, stop people from looking at you sideways, because at the end of the day, you laid down and fucked and had a child with somebody that wasn't gonna take care of their child, and then you became a single mother, and then you want to sit up there and get mad at that girl for picking a good dude. No, you fucking wrong. You was stupid and dumb as a young woman, and that's showing through now. That's showing through now. You obviously haven't grown up enough, Mom. I'm just saying. I understand where April is coming from. Like, bitch, you are incorrigible. Anyway, at Ray J video shoot, Morgan tells Nikki walks up to Morgan and tells her that she's being fake, and she didn't like how she was talking about her picture and all of this, and Tiara told her what happened, and Morgan's like, I'm gonna have to check with this bitch, but I don't think I was being fake. You have had work done, and I was talking about the shit. So what? And I kind of felt like, nah, Morgan, you was making fun of that bitch. If that was your friend, you wouldn't be making fun of her without making fun of her to her face. You know what I'm saying? Like, I make fun of my friends, but I make fun of them to their face too. Anything I've said behind their back, they know I've already said to their face, so it's never really shade. It's just, you weren't there. You weren't there. Anyway, that became an altercation. Ray J comes over and tells Morgan she's not being professional, and tells her she needs to get her fucking mind right. She feels like this bitch come to my job going off at me. And I'm like, do I come to the strip club and be like, bitch, why you in here doing it? Like, why do I come in the strip club and act stupid with you? No, bitch. Okay, so why are you coming to my job at the video shoot with the whole shit? And I understand where Morgan was coming from, but Morgan, you's a messy ass bitch. Morgan, you are mad messy, homie. You are. But at the same time, like, I feel like Nikki just has nothing to do with all of the money she has. So, she might as well make herself feel better by bringing other people down. I feel like that's all she does with Masika. The whole thing with Masika is making Masika feel like less of a woman because she doesn't feel that good about herself. It's very obvious. It's very sad. It's vapid. And it makes me never want to ever try to live in LA, because that is some empty bullshit for absolutely nothing. I don't even understand. Like, bitch, you're not even that fucking famous. Like, Love and Hip Hop Hollywood still don't make me as much money as Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, but you hoes out here thinking y'all doing something, like, not accomplishing anything really. Anyway, so Moniece, Hazel, and Masika take a bootleg Exoticy class. Shout out to Exoticy in Atlanta. Oh yeah. Okay. And Masika is there to convince Hazel that she needs to stop fucking with Young Berg. And you know how she does this? By bringing up the fact that Tiara Marie is working in the studio with her. Well, just like these females tend to do, instead of Hazel being mad about, Young Berg doing that shit intentionally to get under her skin like he was really doing, she gets mad at Tiara Marie and starts going off about how she fucks all her friends' men. She's not fucking him. He was not your man. What part about this you don't understand? What a part, like, this nigga ain't never said he was your dude, and you sitting up there, my man, and hold me down, and like all of these phrases and words that don't mean shit, they don't mean shit. You was never his girlfriend. Girl, like, what is the issue? Like, she going off, and then Monique's gonna give the most awful advice that she could ever give to anybody. You haven't learned shit from the fact that you broken out here living on the fucking street, robbing Peter to pay Paul. Bitch, you been fucking up, and you ain't learned yet. She gonna tell Hazel, you know what you need to do? Get what you want from these niggas, and then turn it around on them. That's what I do, and that's why you broke, bitter, and alone right now. Like, that explains everything, bitch. Come on, learn from these mistakes, ladies. Learn from these mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I understand. Bitch, I get you. I feel where you coming from. That's why I know what's going on, because I felt these same feelings. I just have learned to not act on it. You know, just stop yourself. Anyway, Morgan goes to talk to Yessie about Ray J doing a hosting thing with her for Powers, you know, event that they having, you know, concert, whatever they having. And Morgan, you know, becomes very unprofessional once again and starts to cry and talk about how, you know, horrible of a boss basically Ray J has been to her, not really appreciating her or being as loyal to her as she is to him. And Yessie gives her the advice that maybe she needs to go read the Iyanla Van Zant book, get her motherfucking life, and stop, you know, stop being so loyal to people and take care of her damn self sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And Yessie gave excellent advice. She was very calm. Her voice was very centered. She gave a, you know, off a very bright energy. You know what I'm saying? Like she had been through it all, and she can tell you what she's, you know, what she's been through, and she can tell you how to get through your shit because she done been there before. That's what Yessie was giving me at that moment. So, I love that. I don't know why I did. Anyway, so Berg meets with Hazel so she can go off about the betrayal, and she asks why would he holler at Tierra Marie, you know, when he know that will upset her. He should know better. And Berg is like, so you mad because I'm doing a song? Like, bitch, you don't affect my breakfast in the morning, let alone how I gonna make my money in these streets. Like, did you really think that whatever we doing meant something? And she starts going off about how if he should be doing new music with anybody, he should be doing it with her. Bitch, Tierra Marie is not new. You new. Don't nobody know who you are if they're not on your side of the world. And I mean on your side of the United States. Okay? So I'm really gonna need for you to take everything into perspective. He's a producer. He can work with whoever he wants to work with. Why do you feel like he owed you some type of loyalty as to not work with her, sitting up there talking about she's my arch enemy? Bitch, this is not Batman. You ain't got no arch enemy in your shit. You hoes ain't cool no more. That's it. That's all. And everybody's still in LA, so everybody still gotta make this motherfucking money, and you need to be worrying about your own shit instead of worrying about Tierra Marie. And that's exactly what Young Berg told her, that he didn't like the way she was talking to him at the moment, because you ain't my old lady, you ain't my mama, you ain't my wife, and I don't like the way you talking to me. He basically told her in that moment, you have absolutely no position, and yet you refuse to recognize it. I mean, I'm tired. Anyway, so Amarion goes to talk to his exhausting ass mama, and you know, he tells her that she was being disrespectful when she told April that she wasn't prepared to be a mother and she wasn't going to be a fit mother, and that she needed to apologize to her for that, and that was wrong. And she feels like it's what she sees. She always worrying about getting back in shape. That's not what she needs to be worrying about. And I'm like, okay, so since when do pregnant bitches not feel fat and always feel like they can't wait to get their body back because they feel unattractive? Most pregnant bitches feel like that. I don't get it, because I have never been pregnant. I feel like, fuck that, I ain't fat, bitch. I have another person in my body. You can kiss my motherfucking ass. That's how I feel. But I'm not everybody, and I have, you know, once I get pregnant, I'll probably blow up like a fucking house and feel the same way. So it would piss me off if when I'm in my moments of being pregnant and feeling, you know, like I can't wait to get back small, and you over there clocking what I'm saying like that's going to, you know, mean I'm going to be an unfit mother. Bitch, you an unfit mother because you don't know how to let your son go and let him be his own man. To me, like, let's be real. Your son was doing showbiz at an early age. How long did you really have to struggle in scratch and survive good times? Come on, bitch. Come on, bitch, be real. Come on. Like, you are exhausting as the shit. Like, you know, oh, it's all about you. No, it's about my son. It's about my family. Like, you have to understand that. Omarion was being very respectful, but telling her she could not be at the birth of their child because he cannot have her stressing out April and then them having a fucked up pregnant, you know, birthing, you know, or whatever. Nobody has time for that. Babe, can you put me some chicken noodle soup in a pot? Please? Please? Hey, you heard me. Whatever. Sorry. In my life. So, so then y'all, Morgan meets with Ray J, and he explains that, you know, he's happy to see her back on her shit because lately she's been acting mad unprofessional. And she's like, I don't feel like I've been unprofessional. I feel like Nikki started that shit and that wasn't my fault. And he says he knows that it wasn't her fault, but still he needs for her to be that on top of everything assistant that she has always been. And she tells him how, you know, the fact that he even says that makes her feel unappreciated. And he tells her, bitch, what are we talking about here? No, okay, all I'm saying is you're not doing your job as the assistant. I need for you to be on time, professional, answer my text message, answer my motherfucking phone calls, get out your fucking feelings. Yeah, we cool and shit. You come to the barbecues and Christmas at the fucking house and you know all the babies and shit. But at the same time, you work for me. Do your job, bitch. And she's like, okay, Ray, I just don't want to talk about this anymore because you know you're not going to get it. You're just never going to get it. Bop, 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 bop. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's in my head. But what? Like that? I don't know. You know, you gotta practice shit. Anyway, y'all. So Morgan, yeah, so Morgan just is like, fuck it, and they just leave it as it is. But it's obvious that, you know, they ain't gonna be that cool no more. So Masika goes over to Molly Maul's house because he's been blowing her phone up off of this nigga to try to like put her on some bullshit and tell her that, you know, oh, you knew I was with Nikki, you knew that was my old lady, you knew that was my bitch. And I just says that it's all well and good that, you know, him and Nikki want to be together and that's his woman and she has the key to his house and it's the only woman that's ever had the key to his house and that's just how it's going to be and they're together and he's a big penis and he's an asshole and he has STD and he just gave it to Nikki because they have sex without condoms and that's what's out on these streets. He's a jerk. He's a fucking jerk. He's a weirdo and I don't even get the attraction. But we're going to move on because I digress. Those two things mean the same thing. Anyway, so Nikki, her problem is that Masika said they had sex and her man says that they didn't have sex. So she wants to know where you get that from. Like, I know you probably can't do shit right and maybe I can help you, maybe I can teach you or whatever. And it's like, no, bitch, stop trying to recruit hoes to do threesomes, okay? Nobody wants to fuck you too, okay? Stop that shit. You can't tell nobody about nothing. If you gonna sit up there and think that that dude didn't fuck her, you out your goddamn mind and you sound stupid. You just wanted to try to embarrass Masika and make it seem like you was the hottest bitch in the room when you really look sad and immature and you look stupid, okay? You look so fucking stupid, okay? Like, whatever. I don't have time for this. Like, seriously? Really though? Yo, come on now. The fact that she even set up he says that y'all didn't have sex. Bitch, is this really up for discussion right now? Are we really gonna do this? Do we really not believe that they had sex? Come on now. Stop being so stupid. Anyways, so Masika gets up to leave, and when she's walking out the door, this bitch gonna push her. So when she pushed her, she turned around and grabbed her hands because she wanted to hit the bitch. Molly Maul grabs Nikki and brings her back, and then she's like, this bitch, why she holding my hands? I want, you know, we ain't friends. And it's like, bitch, how slow do you have to be? How dumb do you have to be? Y'all, you see what I be talking about? The utter and complete fuckery that ensued on this episode of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. But then we all love it, okay? It was total fuckery, okay? And I enjoy our times together. So please don't forget to Care Bear share. And like, comment, and subscribe. I love you all. Please don't forget to smile. Mwah!